A former West Des Moines gymnastics coach arrested after a months-long investigation. The charge he's now facing and what we've learned from court documents.
And we have a couple more muggy days to get through here, but the cooler weather and lower humidity is on the way when it might start to feel a bit more like fall in your Storm Team 8 forecast.
Iowa's 2nd congressional district race is heating up. KCCI spoke with the state representative launching her campaign. And the Cyclones are on their way to Ireland. We caught up with the fans as they get ready to board their planes.
KCCI 8 News at 6 starts now.
Federal agents have arrested a former coach at Chow's Gymnastics in West Des Moines. It came after a years-long investigation. Sean Gardner is charged with child pornography. KCCI senior reporter Todd Magel is live in West Des Moines with the details. Todd.
Hi, Jody. We're just outside the Chow's Center here in West Des Moines, and you certainly have heard about it before. It's the home to the school that taught Olympic athletes like Shawn Johnson and Gabby Douglas. Now, we did reach out to Chow's about this story. They did not return a phone call. We want to make that clear. Now, take a look. Court documents that we obtained show Sean Gardner began working as a gymnastics coach here at Chow's at 2018, but he left in 2024. An FBI document shows Gardner is accused of sexually abusing at least 3 young gymnasts here at Chow's. It also says he recorded other girls undressing in a gym bathroom at another job he had in a Mississippi gymnastics center. Now, West Des Moines police say they searched his home. They found photos and videos on his electronic devices. Now, he was reported to a group called Operation Safe Sport in 2022. They operated a national public database showing coaches who are accused of inappropriate conduct with students.
What's unique about the center's ability is that we can remove individuals from sport. So if we get allegations from someone that they're doing something really wrong that's against our code and our rules, we can immediately remove them while we conduct an investigation.
Now, in 2022, West Des Moines police did suspend their investigation because the victim in that time did not want to file any charges in this case. Now, another case opened with this same issue in 2024. That helped reopen the case, and that's when West Des Moines police called in the FBI. And of course, now we do have charges in the case. And by the way, Gardner faces 30 years in prison if he is found guilty. We're live in West Des Moines. Todd Magel, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
This is a case we will continue to follow. Todd, thank you. New at 6, Wells Fargo has sold off its massive campus in downtown Des Moines. Records filed in Polk County show a holding company bought their properties for $32 million. It includes multiple office buildings near 801 Wall Street, a parking garage, and 2 empty lots. The county had assessed those properties at more than $56 million. The company consolidated its headquarters in West Des Moines. The company has cut more than 1,000 Des Moines jobs since 2022. We've reached out to Wells Fargo and the buyer for comment, but we have not heard back. A Des Moines man is being treated in Iowa City for burns after coming into contact with a power line. The man was seriously hurt when it happened yesterday in the Beaverdale neighborhood. It happened on 48th Place and Madison Avenue. Mid-American is also investigating what led up to the incident. Iowa's 2nd congressional district race is heating up. KCCI chief political reporter Amanda Rooker talked with the new Eastern Iowa candidate who launched her campaign today. Hi, Amanda.
A lot of interest in this race, Jody. State Representative Lindsey James, now the 4th Democrat running in Iowa's 2nd congressional district. This district covers 22 counties across northeast Iowa. It includes Decorah, Dubuque, Grinnell, Cedar Rapids, and Waterloo. Lindsey James lives in Dubuque, and she served in the Iowa House since 2019. She's also an ordained Presbyterian chaplain. She says her faith drives her passion for helping people in need. If elected, James says she would work to make housing more affordable, strengthen public schools, and support working parents. She says she has the experience needed to help everyday Iowans in Congress.
As a mom, I understand the realities of the pressure that our schools are under. As a legislator, I've spent the last 7 years being invited into people's living rooms and talking with them at their front door. And I have a track record of fighting for everyday working families who are struggling.
Now, James will face Democrats Catherine Dolter, Clint Tweedball, and Don Primus in the 2026 Democratic primary election. Republican Representative Ashley Hinson currently holds this seat. She's served in Congress since 2021. Jody.
Amanda, thank you. Iowa AG Brenna Bird is warning parents and schools about AI being used for bullying and harassment, specifically deep fake videos and images. They can be used to create non-consensual nude imagery of students. The AG's office is reminding Iowans it is a crime to create and share these types of images. New at 6, Dallas County supervisors approved a new map. It creates 5 voting districts. This is a look at the interactive map on the Dallas County's website page showing those districts. Voters elected to expand the board from 3 to 5 supervisors. That takes effect in the 2026 elections. The map now goes to the Secretary of State for review. New at 6, a Des Moines disc jockey is being sued for trademark infringement. Brian Junge of Des Moines Karaoke and DJ Service is being sued by a company in Georgia called DJ Trivia. The company claims it has had a registered trademark on the terms DJ Trivia and DJ Bingo since 2017. According to the lawsuit, Junge added the word video to his use of the term to avoid any conflict. The Georgia company argues that it is still confusingly similar to its trademarks. All right, turning now to weather, we're getting a check of the forecast with meteorologist David Keller. And David, another hot evening on tap for us here in central Iowa, but the humidity will disappear towards the end of the week, right?
Yeah, that's right, Jody. We're headed in the right direction here over the next couple of days. Still pretty warm, pretty humid, but the humidity today actually ticked lower than yesterday, but it's still pretty thick when you step outside. Should be a really nice evening, though. Skies beginning to clear out from those clouds that bubbled up this afternoon. Just one isolated storm there in northeastern Iowa. That is going to fade away as the sun begins to go down here over the next hour or two. You can see a few of those puffy cumulus clouds still hanging out over downtown. Really beautiful view looking out from our tower camera right now. Temperature sitting in the 80s, 87 degrees, a light north breeze. That north wind, that's going to help to bring in that lower humidity eventually. For now, though, the dew point is still sitting at 70 degrees, so the humidity is pretty thick when you step outside. 86 in Perry, 86 in Ankeny, 83 in Ames, still 87 in Indianola as we work through the evening. Temperatures will slide through the 80s, still 80 at 9 o'clock, 78 by 10, but you notice we continue that cooling trend overnight, and I think we actually wake up to readings in the 60s across most of the state tomorrow morning. And I want to show you this trend here. We go from the mid 80s to the lower 80s as we head toward the weekend, and it gets even cooler than that in the full forecast. We'll show you that coming up here in just a bit, Jody.
Okay, looking forward to that. Speaking of things to look forward to, it is almost game time in Ireland. Iowa State will play Kansas State in Dublin this weekend. Cyclone fans crowded the airport to fly overseas for that big game, including our team from KCCI. Our Bo Bowman caught up with some Cyclone fans at the Des Moines International Airport.
Iowa State fans are shipping out today, destination Dublin. But while this is a once-in-a-lifetime game for many of the fans, it's also a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Any Cyclones in the house? Yeah!
The Ireland-bound KCCI crew is riding alongside thousands of Iowa State fans on their way to watch the Clones in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic.
This is going to feel like a giant field trip for 10,000 Iowans.
It's the first time Iowa State has ever played an international game. The college football season opener will pit the Clones against Farmageddon rival Kansas State.
It's really cool to be able to see something like that happen. And against, Kansas State, Farmageddon in Dublin, that's phenomenal.
There will be some purple sprinkled across the sea of cardinal and gold on the plane. At least 2 brave Wildcat souls will be riding on the same flight out of Des Moines.
I can take it. I can dish it back. It's all good. We'll have a good time.
Go Cyclones!
The game is obviously the pinnacle of the trip, but these fans do have more on their mind than just football.
And what are you looking forward to the most over there?
The beer.
Well, for me personally, I think I always want to have Guinness in Ireland.
A lot of pubs, a lot of beer.
The Cyclone fan base once drank the city of Memphis out of Busch Light during a bowl game. KCCI's Scott Reister says Dublin will be a taller task.
They're going to have to make it as fast as the Iowa State fans can drink it, and that'll be a tall order for those expert brewers over there.
The game kicks off the college football season 11 o'clock on Saturday. In Des Moines, Bo Bowman, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
KCCI will be there in Ireland. Stacey Horst, sports director Scott Reister, and photojournalist Dylan Kuhn took off today to join the teams on Emerald Isle. They'll be bringing you fun features all week before the Cyclones take the field. That starts tomorrow right here on KCCI. Progress is being made on the Hickman Interchange project on Interstate 8035. The northbound off-ramp to Douglas Avenue reopened this morning at 5. The southbound on-ramp from Hickman Avenue and southbound off-ramp to University Avenue will reopen on Monday, August 25th. New at 6, a bobcat was spotted in a Clive neighborhood. Take a look at this. A viewer sent us this photo. We reached out to the Iowa DNR, and an urban biologist tells us that this bobcat appears to be healthy and was probably just exploring the area before moving right along. The DNR says bobcats are not uncommon near our river corridors, forest space, and other natural areas. They typically don't interact with people or our pets.
I'll talk to you sometime about it.
Next at 6, a lesson on teamwork when there's a shortage of educators. The Iowa superintendent who is working to bridge the gap throughout 3 districts.
And our humidity is going to linger here just a little bit longer. I'll show you when we could get a taste of some fall weather coming up in your Storm Team 8 forecast.
This is Iowa's news leader, KCCI 8 News at 6.
The first day of school is just days away, but there is already a lesson on teamwork being taught in Northwest Iowa. Chief investigative reporter Suzanne Benke tells us about a superintendent who's a living example of that ×3.
I'll talk to you sometime about it just so we can get that going.
Kevin Wood puts the super in superintendent.
Serenity, how's it going?
For Sioux Central and Sioux Rapids.
It's about 18 miles from here.
For Lorenz Marathon in Lorenz. And wait, for Clay Central, Everly, and Royal.
I wasn't, thinking 3 districts was something I wanted to walk right into, but it has been a great transition for me and my family, moving up this direction. I've had to step in to help serve lunch.
The former semi-pro football player has tackled this triple role for 7 years, the longest of any triple district superintendent in Iowa. KCCI Investigates reviewed Iowa Department of Education records since 2007.
It's a plus for us and it's a plus for them.
This setup is an example of operational sharing that's been on the rise in Iowa's public schools. But technology got better. Mr. Wood can be virtually available by text, call, even Zoom, as he learned during the pandemic in 2020.
Hello there, how are you?
Hey, good, Carol, how are you?
And he's got just under 50 miles in his car.
It's great windshield time.
He shares his calendar.
Usually every Sunday night or Sunday weekend before the incoming week, he'll send us a schedule of where he's going to be, what he's doing, that kind of stuff.
Mr. Wood says he's learned a lot in 7 years.
I felt like I was very organized prior to this, but this has forced me to become more organized. That's probably the biggest thing.
He oversees 3 different budgets, staff, all the reporting to the state education department, hiring, and
Mr. Wood does have 3 separate school boards.
He has 3 different school boards that he works with, and we're the best.
Oh.
People here say another key to sharing a superintendent is relationships.
I think his relationship with kids, and not just alone kids, I think with adults as well too. He makes it work.
How are you?
He's visible in every district too.
He says time is a critical factor for Mr. Wood.
How's Ms. Whitmack doing?
He has to trust his staff as well.
If you surround yourself with good people, a lot of good things will happen, and I would say that's the case in all 3 districts.
Along with being a 3-time superintendent, Mr. Wood also wears the titles husband and dad.
I try to take care of that, that work-life balance and keep that, in check, and my wife has to remind me once in a while to do the same. So, but yeah, it's busy, but like I said, I couldn't see myself doing anything else right now. I really think, if I had 1 district, people might think, that would be great. I think I might be a little bored.
Suzanne Benke, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
KCCI is getting you ready for back to school. You can find all of our coverage online at kcci.com, or of course you can download our free mobile app. Mr. Wood has a lot of names to remember, working in 3 school districts.
Boy, a busy guy.
No kidding. Yeah, school's about to start next week. The temperatures then will be a lot cooler than they are right now.
Doesn't feel like fall weather just yet. Doesn't feel like it's the school season just yet, but it might soon. Yeah, we're looking forward to this break from the heat. Still pretty warm out there today. Not bad. We made it into the mid and upper 80s across most of the state. You can see those clouds that kind of bubbled up this afternoon. Stayed dry across central Iowa, but we've been watching one little thunderstorm there that's dropping to the southeast. Looks like there's one little shower just north of Algona as well. As the sun sets, those are going to fade away, so we should see mainly clear skies heading into the overnight, although some patchy fog is possible by tomorrow morning. High pressure sitting over the high plains and the Great Lakes will help to keep our weather quiet here for the next couple of days. Yeah, we're still dealing with a little bit of humidity out there, that's for sure, but it's not quite as thick as it was a couple of days ago, and the humidity should slowly come down from here. Right now it's 87 degrees, a beautiful view looking out over downtown, some blue skies, those clouds continuing to fade away, and a bug flying around in front of the camera as well. Dew point sitting at 70 degrees, so that's some pretty humid air. It's kind of at the top of our scale here. So yeah, the air is still pretty thick out there, but look what happens over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, still relatively humid out there, but by Thursday, we start to notice a difference. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, look at that drop in the humidity. The dew points are falling off. So by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, it'll start to feel a lot better outside, and this weekend just looks beautiful. So hopefully you have some plans to get outdoors here by the end of the week. Currently 87 here in Des Moines, it's 83 in Ames, 84 in Sheraton, but with that humidity, we're still talking about heat index readings around 92. So it's on the warm side out there, that's for sure. It feels like 96 in Sheraton. Look at Clarinda. And the heat index still coming in around 100, but that slightly cooler, slightly drier air is pushing from north to south. So we will slowly see those cooler temperatures kind of overspread the state over the next couple of days. This evening, hanging on to the 80s through about 9 o'clock. That humidity means we slowly cool down, but we get down to about 78 by 10 o'clock. And by tomorrow morning, I think most of us will wake up to readings in the 60s. So you can see generally clear skies out there. The clouds that we had earlier should fade away. After midnight, we'll watch for some patchy fog heading into tomorrow morning. Some of you woke up to fog earlier today. You can see these kind of darker gray colors. That could be some fog you wake up to tomorrow. So just something to watch out for if you're going to be on the road early. There could be some fog out there. Shouldn't last too long. The rest of the day is mostly looking sunny. 82 degrees by noon. Highs tomorrow, a lot like today, right around 86 or 87 degrees. So tonight's temperatures down into the mid and upper 60s, a little cooler than the past couple of nights. Tomorrow afternoon, mid 80s, very similar to today, about 86, 87 degrees, but with the humidity, it's still going to feel like about 91. But here's what we're all looking forward to. Thursday, dropping off to about 84. Look at those overnight lows in the mid 60s. That means the humidity's lower. A little bump there on Friday, a high of 88, but look at that weekend. Sunshine, highs in the 70s, looking fantastic into early next week.
There's a high school in the metro. They're not fielding a football team this season. Hear how the phrase, though, better together has become significant. That's up next in sports.
Now, here's Jeff Dubroff with KCCI 8 Sports, powered by Carl's Auto Group.
Des Moines Hoover's not going to be fielding a football team this upcoming season. So what do? Well, the Huskies are merging with an unlikely, I guess you can say, friend now, the West Side rival, Roosevelt. About 20 Hoover players have come over to the Rough Riders. The transition right now, seamless, and they're getting some help from a former Roosevelt grad. Take a listen to this. Iowa State women's basketball player Ariana Jackson getting involved with the football team this year. AJ, as she's known, donated a portion of her NIL money to buy T-shirts for the team.
They say better together, so it's kind of just like basically giving each school their own identity, but then also forming one together, which is kind of what we're doing in real life. It's never been done before, so I think it'll definitely be like a cool experience and something new.
She didn't have to do this at all. She could have said no. She could have spent this money somewhere else. We are better together. You need numbers, and these guys, they brought numbers, and we're here to develop those kids and get better.
Fantastic stuff. Better together. Can't wait to see it happen. Des Moines Roosevelt will take on Des Moines Lincoln that first game of the season at Mediacom Stadium at 7 o'clock. A pot of gold awaits Rocco Becht in the Emerald Isle, and the college voters think that Becht has a golden arm himself. When I mean by that, Becht was named to the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Watch List on Tuesday. That's the award given out annually to college football's best upperclassman quarterback. Big expectations for Rocco this year. I mean, how could there not be? He threw for 3,505 yards last season, 11th in the country. We're getting that much closer to kickoff in Dublin. Saturday, 11 a.m., Iowa State and Kansas State, Farmageddon at Aviva Stadium. And Scott Reister, Stacey Horst, and Dylan Kuhn took off to Dublin today. There's them outside the gate. It looks packed with a lot of what we hope to be Cyclone fans. And Scott and Stacey are in the air right now, hopefully getting some sleep, because when they land, they're going to be hitting the ground running. Coverage from Ireland begins tomorrow, right here on KCCI. The Cubs have been slipping big time in the NL Central. 9 games back of the Brewers, but maybe a spark. Jan Jensen, Lisa Bluter in attendance today. Jan Jensen got to throw out the first pitch, and not bad from Coach. A strike to start things out, and that got the Cubs some momentum, you'd like to think. Owen Casey, how about your first round tripper as a big leaguer? Cubs up 5-4, and goodbye baseball. Opposite field for Owen Casey, first career MLB homer. Cubs won 6-4, so you had Jan Jensen with the strike, Casey with the homer, and Lisa Bluter showed off the pipes. Take a listen.
All right, Chicago and Iowa Hawkeye fans, let me hear you loud and proud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Not bad from Coach. Look, you know, not bad. Not bad from Coach.
Yeah, I can't sing either.
Braver than I am.
She did it. She did it.
Really cool for the Cubs to have them there. Like I said, Jan Jensen threw a strike, and then Lisa Bluter getting to do 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field. That's a day they'll never forget.
Super cool.
Fantastic.
And I'm tracking where Scott and
Where are
Stacey are. They are in Quebec, Canada. They're
Do
about.
you think Scott's sleeping right now, or do you
No,
think
he's talking to everyone on the flight in a very loud voice, as he's known to do.
Yeah, no one's sleeping on that flight.
David, you with the forecast.
Looking all right. Yeah, a little cooler, a little less humid here over the next several days. Got to get through tomorrow, and then the humidity really drops off the weekend. Beautiful.
All right, thanks for joining us.